Hey everybody, it's been a little while since I've done a video, and when I've been thinking about doing a video for a good bit. It's been a bit difficult for me. I've been working really hard on building my website. Well, not the actual website, the actual course which is going to go on my website. I've been trying to make connections in my local area with a few businesses, which is starting to go well. They're interested in talking to me about some future projects that I can work on with them, which is really good news. I've been sending out some connections on LinkedIn and trying to build a network so I can actually get some information and align myself with some like-minded people which are very similar to me and what I want to do. And I was thinking about a really relevant post that I could actually do about basically why it's important for people to realize that there's a lot of people out there that want to be a life coach and do personal development. And what is the fundamental difference between some people doing life coaching when they get it right and the way they get it wrong? And what I've learned through listening to an abundance of videos and an abundance of advice from people which have made it in this business. And they say basically is find your niche, find what you represent as an individual. The hardest thing I found is for me is thinking about what I actually represent, one as a person, and what my life skills have been like. So I've been a hairdresser for over 30 years. What I was a part of my hairdressing trade. Well, I did sales. I had to represent myself. I had to stand on a floor. I had to be groomed. I had to look a certain way. I had to act a certain way. I had to be a certain way, so on and so forth, to be able to represent something that gave my clientele confidence in being able to come to me. And that was about personal representation. So these days, we call that personal branding. It's about branding yourself as a person. And that can be taken out of context for many reasons. But basically, personal branding is exactly what it means. It's about how to understand what you are as an individual and how that affects the way people view you. And if that affects the way people view you in a negative manner, it's not going to do you so good. If it affects the way people view you in a positive manner, that's going to do you better. So marketing yourself correctly is a really important thing to do. And it can have a massive fundamental effect on how you reach your audience, how people are going to respond to you, and how they're going to grasp your message as such. And I've been really thinking about this with myself and really going through the whole process. And it's a massive development and a massive change on how we think about ourselves, how we act, how we portray an image, and how we're going to enter the marketplace. Now, as we do this, we obviously grow and we get more and more knowledge of ourselves. And that's what doing my channel, when I was doing a lot more on Namaste Nick, and I've been doing stuff on Instagram, and I've been doing other stuff, is discovering what really I want to represent as a brand, as an individual. And if I would say to you, like, parents are like life coaches because they've got kids, so they learn how to life coach. Some parents are better life coaches than others. Some people know what they want to represent and know what values they want to represent and portray the best they possibly can because they know what went wrong in their childhood and try to better this equation. Other parents repeat the same bad stuff they were taught because they just don't have the imagination or the knowledge to be able to break out of that cycle. And that's where reading books, doing personal development and expanding your horizons and realizing that not everything that we were presented with as a child or as an adult or through most of our lives is necessarily true. Most of the people we've learned stuff off, sadly, are usually not the wisest of people in the world. And if they were wise, they wouldn't have taught us the things they taught us. They would have maybe kept their mouths shut and not offered tainted advice. But we only do what we do best, and we only understand what we understand when we know what we've got. And sadly, most people don't realize that most of the advice that they give you is detrimental to actually your growth and detrimental to actually you achieving your goals, because it's only stuff that's been repeated from people which kind of think that works because it makes you feel kind of good. I heard this once, but did it change your life? Did you act on it? And was it so inspirational that you've never been the same again? Now, if none of these things happened when you got this advice, then the biggest problem you have is that, nothing has really changed. Nothing's going to really change, and nothing's really going to get any better. Because you have to take responsibility, take action, and actually really step up to the mark. And information is brilliant, but wisdom is, like I've said in the past, knowing what to do with that information and how to act on it to be able to get yourself forward and into the game and to change these negative behaviors. We've really got a big decision to make with our lives. Do we keep going in the direction we were going and getting the same results? So do we get a bit uncomfortable and take action and really look at what we want to do with our lives and realize how much effort that's going to take, and be willing to put in that effort and put in the hard work to get to where we want to be? And if that question can be answered as a yes, that's what we want to do, yet we still don't know how to get started, that's where life coaches and personal development people come in. Because sadly, teachers in school didn't offer us this education. Teachers in school only offered us part of the education, and they only offered us part of the knowledge. And now life coaches are what we call like adult versions of life teachers, is what we should have been taught in schools and the development we should have been given in schools, but we just weren't. And that's a big problem, because when I left school, that was the one thing that I really craved, was that knowledge. And that's why I now, as I've got older, realized that's the one fundamental thing that could alter our pathways, get us on track and get us to where we want to be much, much quicker. We need to get, ahead in the game and understand that it's not just a qualification that will make us successful. It's what we do with ourselves and how we nurture ourselves and how we put worth into our achievements, and we learn to fight the negative voices and the negative play, drama, film, whatever you want to say it is in your head, and you fight it in a way where you're able to create a new future self and a new direction, and you achieve your goals. So we don't have many choices in life, and we don't have many chances in life. And when I do my course, the 4-week course that I'm working on, it's about giving ourselves those opportunities and understanding what the fundamental processes that can actually change us and make us step up to the game. And it's been really amazing. It's helped me as well get my full essence of what I've learned. And I didn't realize how much I've actually learned and how much I've developed over the last, 48 years of my life, all of the information and the knowledge I've gained, and how much it's had a massive effect on me, and how this offers up a wealth of experience and a slightly different viewpoint of how we can actually achieve this. And if my way of doing things resonates with someone, then they'll obviously find what I do attractive. But if my way of doing things doesn't resonate with them, then they're going to have to find another coach which resonates with them, because it's all about personal choice, isn't it? It's about, you've got to warm to my personality. You've got to warm to the person I am. You've got to respect the person I am. You've got to trust in who I am. And if you don't, then it's going to be very difficult for you to step forward and to ask me to give you help. But that's down to you as an individual, being able to also know that if you get that call and to think, maybe I should give Nick a shout and see if he can help me, like a lot of my friends have done and people have done all through my lives. That's why I've got this calling, is to actually step up and ask me. And I've always given, to be honest with you, not blowing my own trumpet, pretty good damn advice, and I've really helped a lot of people out. And I've thought to myself, that was without training in the past, and with the training I've got even better at it. This is what my calling is, and it's not an easy market for me to move into. It's going to be for me to fight through all of the other life coaches and personal development and the motivational people and the people that go out there and do what I'm trying to represent. I'm going to have to really make sure that I've got my game on, and I know that what I want to actually give you as an individual. And that takes me having a wealth of confidence in who I am and to know that my system actually works for me and it can actually help other people.